Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. Yeah, I hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then it go off. Yeah.
And here he is, Bud Terence Crawford, the undisputed lightweight champion of the world. He also can crack at welterweight, one of the best to ever do it.
And the current undefeated WBA lightweight champion of the world, introducing Gervonta Tank Davis.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from Omaha, Nebraska, here is an acclaimed three-division champion of the world, Terence "Bud" Crawford. Fighting out of the blue corner, from the United States of America, wearing the black trunks, trimmed with black, the Chosen One.
So they stare into each other's eyes one final time, touch gloves, and get prepared for battle.
Words are cheap. It's the action that says it all. We'll find out when the first bell goes.
The fans are ready, and it looks like the fighters are now ready. We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Now going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how this one feels. Going to shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. That big hook doesn't land. After so much pre-hype fight and social media drama, I can't believe we're actually in the midst of them fighting.
Did you see the nerves on that fighter stepping into the ring, Todd? It can tell you so much about a fighter. And then look in the opposite corner. You've got one fighter that is in heaven. This is where they want to be.
Oh, and he caught him there with a right hook. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Fantastic punch. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. Some real good back and forth between these two fighters. A counter fighter relies a lot on their instincts and reaction time. You've got to get in there quick to punch your opponent before he gets his fist back to block.
Reaction is second to none. It's the blink of an eye, and they're waiting for any little twitch you do. So you've got to fight a counter puncher smart.
Nice exchange here from both men. How about that time counter shot? Good right hand. Good counter punching. Just misses with that jab. Looks like he's going to move around the ring a little bit more. Try some stick and move. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Swing and a miss with that hook. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Big They've got the momentum. They've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
And there's the bell to start the round. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
And he scores with the counter. When you're fighting a counterpuncher, you want to bait them in to throw first. Make them think you're going to throw a punch so that they exchange.
If you're fighting a counterpuncher, you've got to dummy a shot. Make them react from that, then react then. I know it's hard to think that way, but counterpunchers, they're watching your every move, that every switch.
Good right hand. Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. There's a scoring blow. A lot of fans know how quick these lighter fighters can be, but tonight, don't be surprised if these don't pack a lot of power as well. I can't believe we're only halfway through the round. Looks like they're going to mix up their strategy a little bit here.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. Insane action. He threw a punch and just got countered. Well, just a couple rounds left, Johnny. What's your assessment so far?
So you're getting in there with someone that's so fast, you're prepared to take a licking because you've got to get some before you get them close.
Continues to touch him up. Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. Just missing with the right uppercut. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Catch and shoot. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete dominance.
As long as they don't get...
They ring the bell, and here we go. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Good counter punching. Here we go with these two lightning-quick lightweights.
You've got a couple of big units here, so I'm expecting power. You're going to have excitement. You're going to have drama because when these guys slow down, that's when the punches are going to land.
Quick punch scores. That punch is beginning to take its toll. That punch landed. Nice counter punch right up the middle. In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands.
This is what you're gonna get. You're gonna get speed, good footwork. You're gonna get punches thrown from head to body. You're gonna get a lot of toe-to-toe. When you've got fighters at these weight divisions, they'll stand there. They don't need a ring. They need a phone box.
For those who thought this would be a mismatch, you are sorely wrong.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Good counter punching. He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Hey, those punches add up. Well, you know, in this division, you got to have speed and you got to have footwork, or you're going to be a cooked goose.
Look back in the history books, some of the best fighters in the world were the middleweights. Yes, the glamour division is the heavyweights, we know. But I'm telling you now, you look right there, these guys are on it. Fast, sharp, powerful. But it hurts, and you can imagine that being you. They're the size of an average man.
This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter.
And there's the bell to start the round. Last round, complete domination. Let's see what we have in store for us here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? This is a high-octane battle. That one will count. Generally speaking, you don't watch heavyweights to see a boxing match. You want to see a fist fight.
This is why I love the little guys. This is exactly why I love them. Look at them, toe to toe, heart for heart. You know, mano a mano, they're letting the shots go.
Good one. That counter shot lands. Couldn't land that jab. What a round so far as we've reached the halfway point. What do you think of this fight so far, Johnny?
Remember, with the lighter weights, you're expecting at least 300 shots around. They can let these shots go. They can move. They're fast. They're sharp. It's a hard night work for the referee.
That's another scoring shot. Not so rigid anymore with the stance. Missing with the hook. Looks like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the... You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
This can be so frustrating when you're in with such a fast fighter that can throw 3-4 shot combinations before you've even let one off. That creates frustration, and that's when it gets hard.
So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. That punch lands. These two featherweights are going to let their hands go, you know that.
This is about ego. Get your ego in check, Todd, because if you fight a man that is used to doing this, he's confident and comfortable doing this, why are you giving him that chance to dance that dance? Step out of the way, box him, frustrate him, because if you let him get away with it, he'll close you down.
This has been a very competitive round as we reach the midway point. Ooh, that overhand got him clean.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them more than happy.
Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. Cannot throw out a lazy jab in this fight. You'll get knocked out. Touching him up again. Gonna try and relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. No rest for the weary. Which fighter will say no mas? Very close round with 10 seconds to go. He is down big time on the scores.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important.
They ring the bell, and here we go. After that last round, something has got to change.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him, tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
How much confidence do you build when your opponents hit you with their best shot and you walked right through it?
Don't get trigger happy, because all of a sudden you're going to be gassing yourself out trying to get that shot, and that's when they catch you.
What a punch! Did catch him! He caught him clean! Clean as a whistle! Quick punch scores. How about that time counter shot? The work rate is down. The head isn't moving as well, Johnny. Fatigue is starting to set in.
Guys that carry so much power, of course they're going to look for that knockout because it makes a night a little bit shorter. You don't get paid any extra for overtime.
Big shots from both these fighters. Got to be careful, though.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes. Just missed with that hook. Just misses with that jab. He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Perfect punch. Beautiful overhand. Look at the hand speed and footwork between these two elite-level middleweights. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. From this moment forward, he cannot afford to lose another round.
Needs a knockout without a doubt. Needs to go out there and think, right, you know what? Next round, you're getting it. You're going to get it. Kitchen sink.
And there's the bell to start the round. Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Nice counter. They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because they're so big, because they can push, because they've got the weight behind them, they may not be connecting, but trust me, when they connect, that's when this fight sets on fire, because somebody's going to get hurt and someone's got to react.
They miss with the jab. Good one. One punch changes everything in this division. It's the heavyweights.
Sometimes when you have a fight, the best way to beat a fight is not give them what they want, because they want to get you there. They want you to stand there toe-to-toe with them and have a terror. That's what they do in the gym every single day of the week. What you've got to do is you've got to frustrate them as they set their shots. Get out of the way, and they'll get so angry, so frustrated because they can't work.
Halfway through the round, and there's not a lot separating these two.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other, because no one dare do anything out of turn.
So he's going to shake off the cobwebs and bounce around the ring a little bit here. That punch is beginning to take its toll. Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. You know, with lightweights, these guys are going to be lightning quick.
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket them.
Not so tense anymore, trying to loosen things up. I like it. Nice counter punch right up the middle. Gonna shake out the arms and legs and move around a little bit. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them finally comes to a close.
The bell, sometimes it can be the sweetest sound.
They ring the bell, and here we go. Not the start that they wanted, but let's see what they can do in this round.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Quick punch scores. In the build-up to this fight, Johnny, this power puncher told us, listen, I don't care if it's round 1 or round 12, I've got enough power and confidence to end this in one shot.
This could be really intimidating, Todd. If you know somebody's got the punch power, someone's got the speed, someone can take you out with a simple jab, it can be intimidating. It just depends on how confident you are as a fighter.
Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit. Oh, that punch! Can't find a home for that jab. Well, Johnny, it's still early on, but what do you think about what we're seeing so far?
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those pointed areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim and go for speed.
This fight a little bit closer than I think a lot of people thought.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. She's like a match made in heaven.
Fantastic punch. What a punch! Trying to fight like Roy Jones Jr. now, bouncing on the toes.
Nothing. We'll sort that out when you get back to the corner.
Here he is bouncing on his toes, trying to get some energy. Continues to touch him up. Only catching air with that hook. Another scoring shot there. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently?
Wow, it's like two different leagues.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That corner has got to find a way to get some momentum behind their fighter.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs have gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
Counter punch. When you're a power puncher, you're not as concerned with how many punches you throw. It's about how many you land and how hard they are.
Todd, we know one of these fighters can knock you out with a simple jab. They're that powerful.
Solid punch. Good job getting out of the way of that left. A beautiful left uppercut. Well, Johnny, you know, in the lightweight division, they've got fast hands, so get ready to see some lightning.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable at middleweight.
Back and forth they go in this round. The momentum continues to shift.
perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Solid punch. Which one of these athletes is going to be the first to go down? Going to try and relax a little bit now. Fight a little differently. Now going to get a little more loosey-goosey. Let's see how this one feels. Throws the uppercut, but misses. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Good counter punch. Well, we know they've got the advantage so far, but how does this match get turned around?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight, because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
And there's the bell to start the round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing, because you've won that hands down.
How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Oh my goodness, that little Yorkshire Terriers, they're never going to give up.
So he's going to drop his arms down here. Not sure that's the wisest decision. Hey, those punches add up. As we enter the final frames of this bout, Johnny, what have we seen so far?
Todd, you know what? Sometimes when I've done in the ring with fighters like that and you punched him, you just want to run. You want that spaceship to come and lift you out of there, because you think, what the hell am I going to do now?
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Can they figure out the combination to this safe? Throwing the hook, but it doesn't score.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Solid punch. And he'll try and muffle the offense there with another clinch.
I don't know if it's a dancing competition or a fight.
Hey, it's the featherweight division. You're going to see a lot of speed in this fight.
Oh my goodness, what pace, what pace. They're like, do you know what a Yorkshire Terrier is, Todd? They're like little Yorkshire Terriers.
The perfect counter lands. Nice job getting that punch through. When someone punches that hard, you don't want to trade shots. That punch scores. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. What would you tell this guy? He's got to do something different.
Wow, you know what? I've been in fights like that. When you think
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. Off their stools and ready to go. Let's hope this round is more competitive.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Well, Johnny, I know it's still early on, but have you been surprised by anything you've seen?
What can they change? Can they slow the pace down? Can they hope to knock them out early? What can they do? They've got to concentrate and relax. Because you know what you can do in the gym, you can do it in a fight. They've got to relax.
Looks like a little bit of a strategy change here, loosening up the technique. Swing and a miss with that hook. One of the best attributes to have in boxing has nothing to do with boxing. It's how well you can take a punch to the face.
This is when you get in the ring feeling like you're King Kong because you know you've got a chin that is not going to get dented.
A very competitive round here so far. Nope, that hook won't score.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
He's going to go with more footwork now. What do you think of that strategy? Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. In this division, both fighters will constantly be on their toes trying to punch and counterpunch.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
He's dropped the guard now. What do you think of that decision? Looks like they're going to mix up their strategy. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Good counter punch. And a round that seemed like eternity for them finally comes to a close.
Every second, every minute of this fight is important. Every second, every minute of this round is important.
They ring the bell, and here we go. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Nice counter shot. That hook won't score. Well, Johnny, we're a couple rounds in. What are you seeing so far?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the glamour weight is the heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history books.
Counter punches half. You can see he does not like being grabbed onto.
Yeah, you got to clinch. What the idea is just to get your opponent to complain to the referee. Get him to complain about the conditions. Get him to just feel uncomfortable. Keep doing unorthodox things. I don't mind that now and again, but don't make a habit of it.
Expending a lot of energy in this round, but still throwing punches. Pretty close fight here in this round.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
There's a scoring blow. Well, you know, in this division, we're going to see a lot of combinations, a lot of counter punching.
When you have a fight that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Quick punch scores. Got him there. Good right hand. A perfect counter shot. These two were made for each other. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Punch, counter punch. Well, that is a bit of a surprise. It ends in a draw.
No complaints there at all. The crowd agree. I agree. The ref knew exactly what he was doing. So you know what? Great shout. I look forward to fight number 2.